In the spirit of chess, welcome to a remarkable game played by Arjun, Erigaisi and Yağiz Kaan in the 2026 Tata Steel competition, round 7. Yağiz Kaan being on 4 draws, a loss against Sindarov, and a remarkable victory against Van Fortress in round 6. Arjun being on similar score with a first victory secured against Pragnanda and 4 draws, then a loss against Fedossev in round 6. Yeah, these two players battle it off for who to secure a victory. Arjun playing the white piece open with pawn to c4, e5, g3, knight to f6, bishop to g2, c6, knight to f3, e4, knight to d4, d5, d3, queen to b6, knight to b3, bishop, knight to g4, kingside castle, e3, pawn to f3, attacking the knight on g4, knight to f2 with an attack on the white king on d1, c2, knight to h3 check. Now if the knight is not accepted and the king is moved to h1, there will be a continuous repetition on this position, whereby Arjun moving his king to h1, there will be a continuous repetition with knight to f2, g1, and this will lead to a draw. But Arjun, playing the white piece, does not want to go for a draw, so definitely is going for a different position by accepting the knight on h3, bishop takes h3, rook to d1, d4, c5, queen back to d8, queen to c4, knight to a6, knight, queen takes d5, d4 with a queen exchange, queen takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop takes c5, bishop takes e3, queenside castle. A queenside castle just happened on the board with a double attack on the knight on d4, knight to c2 protecting the bishop on e3, rook to e8 attacking the bishop, king to f2, knight to d4, knight to a3, rook takes bishop on e3, knight takes e3, bishop to e6 attacking the pawn on a2, pawn to d4, rook takes d4, king to e1, rook takes d4 with a check, knight takes d1, knight takes a2, king to d2, b5, c2, a5, knight to c3, knight takes c3, pawn takes c3, creating two already passed pawn for the black opponent, and the bishop here is focusing on the white king, which is already in the center of the board on d2. pawn to a4, pawn to e4, king to c7, pawn to f4, pawn to g6, knight to d4, attacking the bishop on e6, bishop to c4, pawn to e5, bishop all the way to e7, g4, c5, knight to c2, king to c6, knight to e3, bishop to b3, f5, bishop to g5, pinning the knight towards the white king, which is on d2, king to d3, bishop to f4, king to e4, going towards the dark square bishop on f4, defending the bishop with a pawn push to g5, h4, trying to break the defensive pawn that is helping the bishop on f4. Bishop takes e3, king takes e3, g takes h4, king to d2, bishop to d5, rook to e1. Now rook to e1 on this board is actually a mistake from Arjun, because the move for white based on the computer should have been pawn to g5. Now the pawn to g5 move is going to help for the move of the pawn to e4, but Arjun went for a different tactics entirely by playing rook to e1. Rook to e1. Now the only way for the black queen, for the black king to be able to position itself for a better game is to play king to d7, protecting the square on e6 and e7 from the advancement of the white pawns. Rook to e3, a3 push, king to c1, bishop to g2, bishop to g2 with a pre-plan to move the pawn on h4 to h3, protecting the pawn with the bishop and pushing that pawn to h1 because the light square bishop covers that particular square. Let's see how Arjun is going to defend such move by Yağiz Kaan. Pawn to e6 check, king to e8, pawn takes f7, king takes f7, rook to e6, pawn to b4, g5, b3, rook to f6 check, king to g8, rook to e6, b2, king to c2, h3, king to 3, and in this position Arjun Erigaisi actually resigned this game because the black piece on b2 is definitely going to be promoted, and also the h3 square is definitely moving towards promotion for the black piece. In this position, Arjun, seeing that there's no way to be able to defend or pre-maneuver this game, decided to resign. If you like this content and you like this channel and you enjoy content like this, do well to subscribe to this channel, like and follow, comment for us to see your area where you want us to improve on. Then you can also check our previous videos on the description part of this video. Thank you.